You gotta be kidding me. Okay, team, we gotta go fast!
That's it?
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been waiting for has finally arrived. Sonic Prime Season 3 is now out. And I spent most of my afternoon watching the entire thing in one sitting, and now here are my final thoughts. I absolutely loved this season. It was really good, really fun. It had its ups, but it also had its couple downs. Now, we knew that the Grim was going to be a home of a huge battle. There was going to be a big fight in the Grim. The final battle of this show, and pretty much giving it that big send-off. Now, I don't know if this is a controversial opinion or something, but in my own opinion, this fight was drawn out really long. Now, don't get me wrong, it was still a really cool fight scene. Loads of sick things happened, and I enjoyed it pretty much the entire time. But it started to get a little bit repetitive after a while. They would fight and defeat Nine's robots. Nine would simply just conjure up some more. They'd beat them. Nine would conjure up more, and that was it for like 4 episodes. In my opinion, I think the Grim fight should have been like some 30-40 minute sequence held in the last episode. At the very least, maybe lasted like 2 episodes at most. I think it going on for pretty much about 4 episodes, and then the last episode just kind of being like, oh wow, everything's fixed, that's cool, isn't it? Which also brings me on to my next topic. In my opinion, the ending sucked. The ending was terrible. Now, it was really nice to finally see the right and happy ending, you know. Conclusion happens, they get back to Green Hill, and all is well. Heck, Shadow even gets his emerald. I was talking about him getting that back, and it happened. I was right. But the scene where Sonic's carrying out all of the chili dogs and they're saying, hey, you seem different after this, and he goes, yeah, alright, fine, well, I'll tell you what happened. And some big, like, shadow casts over them, and then it's, oh, looks like we better go fight these guys, and that is it? That sucked! I'm not gonna lie to you, when Shadow came in and stole the Paradox Prism and then kind of left so Eggman couldn't use it to his advantage anymore, I actually thought Shadow took it and like it was gonna start another season. Like, I was thinking there is absolutely no way Shadow has just done some big like 360 complete turnaround messing up with the show. He's just took the Paradox Prism and that's it. Is there gonna be like another season with Shadow as a villain now? But no, it turns out he was just taking it to stop Eggman from using it, which makes more sense. Which also brings me on to my next point. Shadow got screwed over again. I don't know which employee is responsible for this, but whichever employee decided that Shadow the Hedgehog should be one of the coolest shadows we've seen possibly ever, and then have him fall into the crack of a cliff and be gone for about 4 to 5 episodes. Oh, I've got some words for you, but I'm a friendly YouTube channel, so I'm not going to say them. Just know that they're in my heart. They're there. Okay, now that all of my complaints are out of the way, let's get on to the things that I liked about the show. Starting off first with a bang, nice and easy, simple, Nine redemption arc. Now, even after what he did at the end of season 2, I still had a little bit of hope left out for Nine. Not a lot of hope, but just a little bit of it. It was there. And right when it seemed like all of that hope was lost and it was like the Fortnite storm had closed in and they were all stuck in this like little bubble circular thing, Nine switched up. He changed back to normal. He finally became Sonic's pal again. He hugged him. They were friends. I am so happy Nine finally got his redemption arc. It was something I was hoping for the entire series, and in pretty much like the final episode, they finally did it. Another thing I actually liked was Sonic's character seems to be different. And I don't know if that's just me, but I feel like he actually has changed. He did say he was going to change from his previous actions, and I actually think he followed through with that. He seems different. Going back to before the Paradox Prism broke and smashed and comparing it to now, Sonic was so annoying in season 1. It was insane. Like, I actually could not stand the guy when I was watching it. It's insane. He's so annoying in season 1. I get why at the time season 1 had quite a lot of hate. Sonic was not like Sonic at all whatsoever, and I see that now. Something else I just could not believe was British Big. Big turned British for some reason. He like gets his head whacked at some point and he comes out talking like a British guy, and I don't know whether to feel offended or happy by that. I was waiting for a tea and crumpets, milady, good evening, all of that sort of stuff, but none of that came. It was just kind of, he had a British voice. But nevertheless, I love him. I love British Big and I think he's cool. Please, can we bring British Big more, please? Can we have more British Big? The Chaos Council actually helping out, and they were actually helping. Like, this wasn't just something where it looked like they were helping, but surprise, they didn't. The Chaos Council actually helped out, and in my opinion, it was really wholesome to see like Sonic and a bunch of versions of Eggman just working together. These guys are always fighting each other pretty much the entire show. The main reason Sonic can't get much stuff done is because the Chaos Council is on his tail. Another thing I was really happy about happening is Knuckles the Dread redemption arc. From like the start of the show, you can see that Knuckles the Dread is there and he is in the Chaos Council's like big dome thing, but he's just miserable. He's just kind of sat down on the ground, slumped. Sonic even asks him to go save his crew. It's the captain. Like, he is the captain of this crew, and he just goes, no. He just doesn't do it. At some point, there's even like a crew member that tries to convince him, hey, you should try to steal the Paradox Prism again. Look how shiny that is. Think of how legendary we're going to be. And it seems like he's going to do it. Like, I remember seeing that and just thinking to myself, there's no way Knuckles the Dread is going to ruin it again. That he cannot. And right as he sees his version of Amy struggling with a robot that Nine has created, he goes and saves her, and he glided to get over there, even now crowning her the captain of their ship, and that's just so wholesome to me. Although Knuckles the Dread without a hat is one of the most cursed things I think I've ever seen, and for most of the show, even though Amy was the captain, I was begging he'd put the hat back on. Also the scene where Renegade Knuckles finally just punches Nine in the face. I don't know why nobody had done it before, but he finally got punched in the face. Which also brings me on to something else I thought was cool in that scene. For some reason, I don't know if they did this on purpose, but the main three that were there and fighting in that scene were Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Like the big main three. Very sure that was on purpose, and pretty much the entire time I was smiling. It's such a good scene. Now, Shadow fans, we did actually get a bit of justice as Shadow drops not once, but twice, I am the ultimate life form. Even in the end saying, I go wherever I want. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was hyped up during that bit. It was insane. I was so excited. I was jumping up in my little seat, man. I was buzzing. I was so happy. I'm convinced the reason Shadow was stuck in that little crack in the cliff is because they knew how overpowered he was, and the fact that he is the GOAT. Like, he would have destroyed most of those robots in a couple of seconds. He's just like that. He's just insane. He's goated. But overall, I guess this is the end of Sonic Prime. Sonic Prime is now officially finished. Done, closed chapter, that's it. I loved Sonic Prime. It was a really good show in my opinion. I know there were some people out there who thought that it was a little bit doo-doo and didn't really like it, but I loved it. I thought it was insanely good. I hope more Sonic TV shows come out in the future because honestly, this was really good and I would 100% watch more Sonic shows. Like, they need to be doing more. I'm pretty sure you can guess what my score is going to be, but for Sonic Prime as a whole, 10 out of 10 from me. 10 out of 10. It's hard for me to give something not a 10 out of 10. I'm just an overly positive person. Whilst the fight scene was a bit long in season 3, all of the fights were actually entertaining. I was entertained watching those fights. They were good fight scenes. It's just they lasted for a very, very, very long time. But it's been an honor being the Sonic Prime news and theory guy. I have loved every second of this, and whenever something comes out about Sonic Prime in the future, if that ends up happening, this will be the place to go. Of course, you know that. Hearing your thoughts and your theories and being able to make videos about them and just discuss this show with you all has been a really big honor, and I loved it. It has been amazing. I hope that we'll be able to keep up all of the theory tradition and all of the speculation, all the trailer stuff, and all the hype for the next Sonic project that comes out. Whether it's a TV show, a movie, a game, a TV show, and the Knuckles show, I'm always going to be here to cover it. I'm always going to be your #1 little source news guy. So if you've managed to make it to the end of this video and you look down and you aren't subscribed, subscribe, obviously. Come on, subscribe. While you're at it, why not? Like the video. Go on, give it a like. I guess for the last time ever, thank you all for watching another Sonic Prime related video topic thingy. Like, sub, do all that cool stuff, as I'm the #1 Sonic Prime YouTuber on the site. Yep, proven fact by the way, that is proven. And I'll see you all in a bit. Goodbye!